never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine, I'm not.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is a Wednesday, so that of course means it's time for another weekly Top 10 countdown. But before I get into it and tell you all about it, let me first say I've got a shout out coming up at the end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. And I searched and looked and thought about what I was going to do for this week's Top 10 countdown, because if I don't get any requests, I just think about it throughout the week, from the previous Wednesday to the next Wednesday. You know, what am I going to do for this week's Top 10 countdown? But then at the last minute, last night, I decided I would do a basketball Top 10 countdown, since we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs. And if you have any thoughts on this, as always, please feel free to let me know. Now, we could easily come back to this in the future and do more of these. And I say that because this week's Top 10 countdown comes to us courtesy of the website Bro Bible. And this list just recently came out basically at the end of the NBA regular season. And that is the top 10 most hated players in the NBA from the 2021-22 NBA season. And the reason why I say we could come back to this in the future is because you could do top 10 players of all time most hated. You could also do it at the collegiate level. You could do it in football. So this is something you could do for weeks upon weeks. But I figured since it's basketball season and we're in the NBA playoffs, we'd make it about the NBA. And again, it comes to us courtesy of Bro Bible, the top 10 most hated NBA players from the 2021 NBA season. And if you have any thoughts on not only the list, but what makes you hate a player, please feel free to let me know. The reason why I say that is because everybody hates people for certain reasons. Now, I don't want the jealous answer, like it doesn't matter what sport it is, if it's a team sport or a solo player sport, unless you like that team or said driver or said player, if it's tennis or something like that. If somebody dominates, whether it's a team sport or a solo sport, we hate them. That's just natural. That's how we are. If you don't like that team and they start dominating, you hate them. If you don't like that driver and they start dominating and racing, you hate them. That's just the way we are. And we come up with different reasons, different excuses on why we hate them. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that we're just jealous that they're doing that and our team's not. Or they're doing that and our driver's not. And that's all it is. But if you actually have legitimate reasons on why you hate somebody, please feel free to let me know, because like I said, everybody hates people for different reasons. Mine, the majority of mine, has to do with the off the field, or in this situation, off the court issues. Like everybody knows, I'm a wrestling fan. I absolutely despise CM Punk, but the majority of it is because he's always trying to make wrestling political. If you watch AEW, especially over the past 2 or 3 weeks, he's always wearing some type of political shirt when he comes out. I don't like that. To me, you shouldn't mix politics with not only wrestling, but any sport. If you want to be a politician, go be a politician. If you want to be a wrestler, be a wrestler. And anybody in any sport, if they try to bring politics into wrestling, I don't like them. I absolutely 100% despise politics, but even if I liked politics, I don't think politics and sports should mix. There's politics and there's sports. They should not go together. That's just my personal opinion. But on to this week's Top 10 Countdown. One more time, it comes to us courtesy of Bro Bible, and it's the Top 10 Most Hated NBA Players from the 2021 NBA season. Number 10, Rudy Gobert. Number 9, Luka Doncic. Number 8, Nikola Jokic. Number 7, Joel Embiid. And number 6, Ben Simmons. 10 through 6, one more time, was Rudy Gobert, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons. The reason why Ben Simmons is on the list, and Ben Simmons would be on my list, is because Ben Simmons just does not want to play basketball. He quit on LSU, he quit on the 76ers, and he quit on the Nets without even playing. And he makes millions and millions of dollars to go out there on a daily basis to play basketball, but yet he finds reasons to not play. So he wants to continue being selfish and draw all this money, but he doesn't want to play. I think it's just the fact that he started playing basketball at such a young age that he now just hates the game and he's just burnt out on the game, but he doesn't want to do anything else because all he's ever known is basketball. But you shouldn't make bukus and bukus and bukus of money and then not want to play the game. But he finds every reason in the world to not play basketball. Number 5 is Russell Westbrook. Number 4, Kyrie Irving. And his reasons for being on the list, according to Bro Bible, is pretty much the same thing as Ben Simmons. If Kyrie Irving played basketball till he was 75 years old, he'd probably play 40 games because every single game of the year, he's got different reasons on why he can't play. Number 3, James Harden. Number 2, Kevin Durant. And number 1 is LeBron James. And of course, LeBron James is probably the most hated because, like I just said a while ago about politics, if you ever watch any kind of sports highlight show, no matter what channel it is, if they're talking basketball and they're talking LeBron James, chances are LeBron James has done said something else about politics. He's always wanting to stick his nose in politics and bring politics into basketball. And I just don't like that. If you want to be a politician, go be a politician. If you want to play basketball, shut up, play basketball. If I wanted to know your thoughts on politics, I would turn on one of those channels, whether it's radio or TV, that carries politics. I don't care about what you think about politics. I want to know your thoughts on sports. Hence the reason why you play basketball. You're supposed to tell me your thoughts on basketball, not your thoughts on some kind of political stance. That's just how I feel. Any thoughts on this? Again, please feel free to let me know. My shout out today goes out to John, who subscribed to the channel early last night. John lives in God's country, which of course is Clemson, South Carolina. And of course, John is a Clemson fan. No better team to pull for than Clemson. So I'm sure John is going to enjoy watching this big, beautiful, bright national championship banner behind my head when he watches the channel now. John, thank you so much for subscribing. Tell your friends, tell your family, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you do so, choose to comment on any video at any time, you will be eligible for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway whenever we get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What's the hardest thing about being a cross-eyed teacher? Controlling your pupils. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon. and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.